What's the safest areas in Dallas? What are the best school ISDs? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome to all returning subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. So hey guys, it's been a minute. I just realized this morning that I haven't done a discussion video in like 2 months. So it's overdue, it's time. So I'm going to try to kill two birds with one stone with basically some popular questions that I've been getting. So let's talk about it. So yes, you guys, I'm going to talk about today, what are the most safest areas? Let me put my AirPods. I feel like because I don't do discussion videos as much anymore, I always feel discombobulated when I'm doing them. So yeah, hey guys, thank you so much for coming back. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome to all returning subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. I did my makeup for y'all, and I swear I don't do my makeup as much. I feel like I look like I had surgery. I'm like, golly. I got some NARS foundation and woo, baby, look at, yeah. So it's weird looking at myself. So I promise y'all I have not had any work done. I have not had anything. It's just contouring and foundation. Anyways, so what's up you guys? I hope all is well. I hope you've been doing good. This has been a topic that I have gotten a lot of requests on. And I just feel like it's something that I needed to talk about. I've been hearing, I've been getting a lot of requests in terms of what are the safest areas in Dallas? What are the best school districts in Dallas? And I just feel like that those are two questions that are so broadly ranged. It's kind of hard to just give you a straight answer. So also, what areas have the best home prices? So I took the liberty to try to compile a list that answers the question to all three of these things. So I'm gonna tell you that, first of all, I gotta give y'all the disclaimer, right? Disclaimer. I know that a lot of people are coming from different areas of the country. I know that you have heard things. I know you've heard rumors. I know that you've heard positive things, negative things. I just want to come on here and give you the disclaimer. In my opinion, this is solely my opinion. This is all just my thoughts. I've been asked, can't talk. Is there racism here? What is the dynamic like? Where can you go where you will have no issues? Where can you go where you will feel safe and comfortable? Where can you go to get a cheap house? Where can you go to have the best school districts where there's no issues with racism? First of all, if you are not a person of color, a Black person, this video is not for you. You may want to exit stage left. This is my left. All love, but I'm here to answer the questions that I've been getting inquiries about. Why can't I talk today? Inquiries about, and I want to be honest. I want to be direct. I want to be as transparent as I can based on the information that I have known and that I have experienced. So I'm going to give you a list of, I didn't even count the list. Let me see. I'm giving you 30 different cities. I'm giving you 30 different cities that are within the DFW area. So with that said, these are the areas that I think that is good for Black families and have good school districts. I went on niche.com in terms of the school districts, and I also took the liberty to look up the median home prices for all of these cities, and I got the answers off of redfin.com. I did not look up apartments. I did not look up apartment prices. So please do not ask me how much apartments are in these areas. I did not look. I am not going to research, please go to apartments.com and type in the city of interest and also the bedrooms that you want, and you will see the areas of apartments in these areas. I only looked up city, school district, as well as median home price, okay? So with that said, let's get started. Okay, so back to my disclaimer, because I kind of went off. I get asked all the time, what are the best areas for Black families, single moms, where can you go to feel safe? Where can you go to feel like, you know, you won't have any issues with racism or any racial profiling? I'm gonna be honest with you. You're in Texas. You know, let's just keep it 100, okay? Let's just put it on the table, right? You're in Texas. You're coming to Texas. So I don't know what you've heard, but just be mindful of the area that the state that you're looking to move to. Now, that is not to say that there's just stuff happening all over the state. That's not true. But you just have to be mindful of the history of the state, right? You have to be mindful of the older generations that are still here. You have to be mindful that this is the beginning of the Bible Belt states, right? You have to be mindful that, you know, the older generation that has that ignorant mentality are teaching it to the younger generation. It's just what it is. I myself have never had any issues. I don't think that Charles has had any issues. I know that Jordan did have some issues when she was in school. But you just have to understand ignorance is everywhere. It doesn't matter what city you go to, what state you go to, ignorance is everywhere. And if you think you're going to come to Texas and never hear about it or experience it, you're being oblivious. Please understand where you are coming to. This is not to say that it can't happen in other states. I mean, it does. I know you guys hear things on the news all the time. So I just want you to understand that look where you're moving to. That's the best thing that I can tell you. That's the best way that I can give it to you in a blunt way. Do we ride around here being in fear? No. Are there sundown towns here? Yes. I'm not going to name the cities. You can go online. They are there. The cities are there. They're listed. So what that means is a sundown town is basically a city that exists that they tell you don't ride around after sundown. So any of these cities I name are not of that. I heard Culver City in LA was a sundown town. It's not true. But even with that said, that don't mean you should go move there. That doesn't mean you should go rent an apartment there. That don't mean you should put your kid in a school there. That doesn't mean that. It means to be mindful and keep your distance away from those cities unless proven otherwise, right? Because, you know, we want to make sure at the end of the day, there's stuff happening everywhere. We hear things on the news all the time. It's actually very depressing. But, you know, we want to do what we can in order to stay safe and to make sure that we're moving our families to an area where we can feel safe and comfortable. Now, two of the cities that I'm going to name, there has been some issues that I have heard, one being recent. There was a mass pium at the Allen Outlets in Allen, Texas, where several people lost their lives. Someone went up there on Saturday around 3 p.m., I believe, and they just, you know, did what they did. That's online. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. I don't know if you guys, you know, whatever, it's there. There was also an incident in McKinney back in 2015 where in Craig Ranch, which is actually a really, really good, popular, nice, beautiful area, a young girl, she's Black. She was racially profiled by one of the police officers and he mashed her head into the ground. It was a whole big spectacle, a whole big issue or whatnot. So that happened. So also in Allen, I think it was 2022, there was a football player and he went to Allen High and basically somebody spray painted on his garage or on the house saying that we don't need you here, N-word. So they ended up moving. I know his dad played pro ball. He used to play pro ball or whatever. So all of these things have happened. So there have been instances of issues that have occurred in your favorite areas. So with that said, anyone can get touched. Any area you can go to, something can pop off. That doesn't mean that this happens every day. That doesn't mean that this is something that's a normal occurrence. That doesn't mean you shouldn't look into moving there. That doesn't mean any of these things. I'm just letting you know it's not perfect. So all of you who would love to move to Frisco, don't think I don't be seeing stuff that people be complaining about over there too. Stuff happens everywhere. Everywhere. So with that said, you have to pick and choose what works best for you based on what you can afford, what you're looking for as far as lifestyle. And it can happen even in the richest neighborhoods. Like, things happen. I lived in an area where straight bullets used to fly. So, pick your poison, I guess. I don't know. But, just be mindful. Just be mindful that anywhere you move, there's a possibility that something can happen. But that doesn't mean that you have to move here in fear. It's not like that at all. I just want to give you that. Also understand that no area is perfect. It don't matter how much you hear about it. It don't matter what they show on TV. It don't matter what's getting put there. It don't matter who's moving there. It don't matter. None of that matters. Every area has their issues. So you just have to understand it. Every school is going to have kids that are going to bully kids. Every school is going to have not the best teacher. Every school is going to have a bad apple. So when you say, what are the best schools? Okay, it could be better. It could be good this year, but that don't mean next year it couldn't get bad. So also I want to help you understand that the way the school districts work here, the way that people are moving here, the way that they're building homes, the way that they're building these neighborhoods, so you may pick a school, right? But that doesn't mean that next year that kid can get rezoned to a different school, because now that school has become too populated and now they got to rezone the kids to another school. That happened with Jordan 3 years straight. Every year they rezoned her to a different school. So although I wanted her in this one particular school and I love that school, they end up rezoning her to 2 other different schools. So they said you can keep them there, but you are responsible for picking them up and dropping them off every single day. So a lot of this you need to take into account when you're just basing it on a school district or basing it on the particular school. Anything can happen unless you're literally across the street from the school, then you won't get rezoned because you're right there. But any kid can get rezoned to a different school district based on what the ISD wants to do. So I want you guys to keep that in mind as well. But with that said, I feel it's a safe place here. I feel it's as safe as it's gonna get, and with that said, even now I go out certain times of the day. Ever since that happened at the Allen outlets, my nerves have been on edge, because everybody around this vicinity, all the other near cities, we all go to the outlets. We all frequent there. It could have been literally anyone I know. So, rest in peace to those lost. I don't want to get emotional, but I don't even know if I'll ever go back there now. And I used to frequent there all the time. And it was like a part of the staple of living in this vicinity. And now it won't ever be the same. So just understand that just because you move to somewhere specific does not mean that something can't happen in the future. I've been here in the area that I'm in now for over 10 years. And, living in South Central, I knew that I wasn't safe. I knew that every day. I knew that I was not safe. Moving out here was the first time that in my life, which I was 29 when I came out this way. I was 29 years old, and that was the first time that I slept soundly. That was the first time I said, I'm safe now, And when that happened, you know how they say it don't affect you until it hits you. First of all, everything affects me. I'm an empath. I take it all. I cry over everything. But it's something about when it comes to your front door, it does hit different. And I know I can speak for many people that live and go frequent to the Allen outlets that it hit everybody hard, because it could have been any of us. It could have been our kids. It could have been our partners. It could have been our family. It could have been any of us. And with that said, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that any area is perfect. No area is perfect. There's going to be crap that's going to happen anywhere you go. You just have to pick the best place that you feel would be best for you and just keep safe as much as possible, right? So with that said, I'm going to tell you these cities and the ISDs that I think are good. I think that would be recommended to actually move to. That I think would be good to actually move to if you are looking to move to Texas, if you are looking to relocate to a different city, based on wherever you are in your journey. I'm going to include what I think is the best. Now, if I don't say a city, that means either I don't know nothing about it or I don't recommend it. One or the other. So don't ask me about the city because I will tell you I do not know. These are based on where I think is the safest areas for Black families, okay? The best school districts for Black families to send their kids to, and the home prices, the median home prices, meaning it doesn't mean that there aren't homes lower than these prices. It just means this is the most common price for people who are moving to that area, meaning it could be a bunch of people who bought a bunch of 4-bedroom houses. So this is the median price of those 4-bedroom houses, right? It doesn't mean it's 3 bedrooms. It just means that it's the most common price that people are paying. It could be 10,000 more, 10,000 less. It's just the median price. All right. Let's get started. So, now that I gave you all that, let's get started. So I say I don't recommend Dallas ISD. I don't care where you are. I don't care where it is. I know that Addison is a part of DISD. I don't recommend it. I don't like Dallas ISD. Okay, so if you are going to anywhere and it's Dallas ISD, don't ask me about the school. Don't ask me what are the ratings. Go to niche.com, niche.com, and look up that particular school and you will see the ratings for yourself. Now, Highland Park is actually in DISD, and Highland Park has an amazing school district area. However, you're not able to go up in there like that because homes up in there are like 1.2 million. It's very, very hoity-toity over there. Also, I'm gonna tell you the cities are very hoity-toity as well, just so you can know and be aware. But I don't recommend DISD. I just feel like it's too up and down. I feel like it's just too many different areas. I just feel like, it's too, hit or miss. And for that, I just say stay away from it altogether. So here's the list. So Plano ISD, their home median prices is $565K as of right now. This is July 2023. So Plano ISD, and it's $565K median price. However, with Plano, please understand that Plano is next to Frisco. So Plano's ISD living in Plano, the ISD can be Frisco. So where I lived in Plano prior, the ISD was Frisco. So be mindful where in Plano you are when you're looking at an address. Type it in and see what the school ISD is, because I think it can also be McKinney too, depending on where you're at, but I know for sure Frisco. Richardson ISD, median price is $472K. McKinney ISD, median price is $555K. Again, it doesn't mean that no homes are lower than that. It just means this is the median price. But with McKinney, also be mindful that some of the districts some of the school ISD areas can be Allen, and it also can be Frisco. So depending on where your address is, check and see what schools are in that area, and then go on niche.com and check and see what they have to say about the school and the school rating. Wiley ISD, $439K. Grand Prairie ISD, $322K. Mansfield ISD, $539K. Lovejoy ISD, I heard they were number 1 for a long time. It's Lucas and Fairview areas. Median home price is $1.2 million. Frisco ISD, their median home prices is $680K. Capel, I heard actually they're very good. Capel ISD, median home prices is $650K. Now, Capel, I believe some of it can be Irving ISD, so you need to check, again, address. Allen ISD, $611K. Colleyville ISD, 1.1 mil. Melissa ISD, $475K. Little Elm ISD, $502K. Prosper ISD, $850K for median prices. So I know a lot of you love Prosper. Yeah, you got $850K? Yeah, go ahead. South Lake, Carroll ISD, 1.7 mil. Now, these are the ones that I recommend off top. These are my picks, right? Now, per niche, these are also some good areas for school districts. So I took the liberty to just get those cities and the ISDs and also the median home prices. Argyle ISD, Argyle, Texas, it's near Denton. It's $645K for home prices. Sunnyvale ISD, it's near Forney. Home prices is $814K. Now, I know Sunnyvale actually has a lot of land, so it could be a reason why it's a little bit more. You might be paying for more bigger houses, a bit more land. Rockwall ISD, Rockwall, Texas, $460K. Louisville ISD, Louisville, Texas, home price $435K. Keller ISD near Fort Worth, there's a $650K. Hurst and Euless areas, Euless and Hurst ISD, $354K. Denton ISD, median home price is $415K. Midlothian ISD, that's kind of on the south part near Cedar Hill and Mansfield. Median home prices is $480K. Forney, I've heard mixed reviews, so that's why I didn't include them in my list, but their median home prices is $367K. Aubrey, Texas, $356K. That's right above Little Elm. Carrollton ISD, Carrollton, $473K. Princeton ISD, Princeton, Texas, $345K. I think the elementary schools in Princeton are really good, but once it gets to the junior high and up, I definitely think that they could do some work, so that's why I didn't include them on the list. Crandall ISD, median price is $324K. Crowley ISD, that's near Fort Worth, $313K. Rowlett ISD, $400K. There's also a city called Lavon, and I didn't see that they had good school reviews, so I didn't include them, but you can definitely research that on your own. It's Lavon, Lavon. They're on the others, they're like right above Wiley somewhat. So these are all the areas that I think is worth looking into. Every area that I have listed, I will say that I do think that these are all good areas to look into if you want to, if you're a Black family looking to live somewhere that feels safe and comfortable. I've had a lot of questions about this, and I keep, DMing people. I keep telling them, I just want to just put it out there and just give you my take, my list on what I feel is the best areas. Now, I can't go to a particular street and tell you if this street is what it is. I can't do that, but I can give you the city itself. Now, I tell everybody, I have said this on multiple videos, you need to come out here and see these areas for yourself, because I can tell you all day that they look decent. I can tell you that they're nice, but you have to come out here and check for yourself and see what the vibe is for you, because you could come here. Now, some of these areas, I don't care to live in, right? But if I had to, I guess I could. But, a lot of these areas, some to me are really far out. People might think where I live is far out. But, I would say any area on this list, I think is a green light. I would say it's a green light. I wouldn't feel compelled to tell you don't go there. Like, stay away. Any area that I did not name, I don't recommend it. Now, that's my opinion. You can, research. You can see if there's any other bloggers that talked about it. Definitely put it on your list to come and visit. But I feel like this is a really good, I think I gave 30 cities. So that's 30 cities that you can look into. Now, in terms of homes and shopping for homes, what's affordable, how to get the money, I can talk about that on another video if you prefer, but we're just gonna stick to the script on this one and keep it to the cities that I recommend, good school districts that I recommend, and median home prices that are in that area. So any of the home prices that I just named, expect for the main type of homes to be around that price. So plan with that. So if your budget is more in, I don't know, the mid threes, you may want to look at cities like Aubrey, Princeton, Crandall, Crowley, Forney. You may want to look in those areas. Now, that's not to say that this is forever. That's not to say that the home prices won't go down, because I've actually been seeing them kind of go down a little bit. But that just means that this is where we are right now in the market in July of 2023. So if you're looking to move here and you're looking to purchase a home, just be mindful of these areas. Also, like I said, these are probably the homes that are probably the most common. So if you're getting like a 3-bed, 2-bath, they may not be $472 in Richardson. They might be a little less, but again, this is the most common. So just keep that in mind. It's really hard to like talk about these kind of topics for me. I feel like, you know, when you say these kind of things, they're kind of taboo, that you shouldn't talk about this kind of stuff, but I feel like it needs to be said. It needs to be put out there, because I've looked and I haven't seen any other videos like this on YouTube. I don't want you to come and move somewhere and plant seeds and you feel unsafe, you feel, you know, uncomfortable, because I have seen people post these in different groups. And I feel like I said before, anywhere you go is going to be some problems. Anywhere you go, you may not have the best experience, but based on the demographics, based on the school districts, based on, you know, basic information, I think that these cities are really good to look into. If you have any questions, I am here to help how I can. Sorry if I ruffled some feathers. It's just what it is. Me being from California, I've lived in really bad areas, and I was in fear of my life almost every day for a period of time. So, well, actually my whole life. So coming here, I guess for me, it was a little less threatening. I understand that everyone's not gonna like you. I understand that everybody's not gonna welcome you with open arms. So for me, coming to an area where Jordan was the only Black girl in the class for a couple of years, it didn't bother me. She said it didn't bother her, but you know, it was Black kids in the school, but she was just the only Black girl in the class. But at that time, the city that I moved to, that's what it was. And that's why I got my house for $120K. But with that said, you have to just move and do what's best for you. Yeah. So that's just how I feel about it. You can move. Like now at this point, with the climate that we're in, I probably wouldn't do the same thing again. Now, when I did it, everything was it wasn't what it is now. You know, the climate that we're in, the stuff you see on the news, you know, a lot of stuff is out there. So it wasn't as bad climate-wise, I mean, racially climate, as it is now. So would I do the same thing twice? Probably not. Like, I'm very big on now, AJ needs to be in a school where he sees other kids like him. So we're just in different times. Before, it was okay. You know, she never had any issues until she got to high school. So by that time she was around other, you know, other Black kids too. But now I definitely would recommend to look into areas that have more, you know, kids that, Black kids as well. African, do you say, I don't know, child, I don't be knowing what to say. I don't be wanting to say the wrong thing. I don't be wanting to sound politically incorrect. And that's just what it is. That's why I don't be doing discussion videos as much anymore, because I don't be wanting to say the wrong stuff. But, you know, you definitely want to put your kid in a school where they'll see other faces like theirs. I guess that's a good way to say it. But other kids in the neighborhood, you know, where they don't feel like they're just out there solo. But I did it. Jordan survived. Nothing happened. Nothing bad happened. When I'm driving down the street, I've had people roll up next to me with Confederate flags. Did they run me off the road? No, you know, but that's not to say that something won't happen. That's not to say don't have your guards up. That's not to say be mindful of your environment and your surroundings. Like, always pay attention. I don't care where you live. Like, coming here, I will say I have, you know, had a lot of, I feel safer, you know, but like I said, since what happened in Allen, I am now more on guard. And I'm like, well, do we need to move further out? But then I'm like, I don't feel comfortable moving further out. So you just have to pick and choose what works best for you. That's just what it is. That's just where we're at. Because I have a lot of people ask me, where's the best areas? Where's the best place for, you know, and it's kind of hard to give you a straight, honest answer because that's just my opinion. Like, that doesn't mean that's fact. You know, that doesn't mean that no one is exempt from anything. So, you know, I can only give you my opinion of what I think may be best per what you're looking for. But with that said, still do your research. I just tell people to come and visit. Because I've even heard things about Frisco area. Oh, you want to know the hoity-toity areas? Frisco is one of them. Lucas and Fairview is hoity-toity. Allen, some areas are hoity-toity. If you don't know what hoity-toity means, it means that it's kind of like pompous, like, you think you're all that. Like, oh my God, like that's hoity-toity. Some areas in McKinney, Prosper. Those are the areas that I know for sure has some. Oh, West Plano. West Plano's hoity-toity. So these are areas that, you know, you might want to live in, but that don't mean that you're going to go there and settle and just meet. Like, there are good people in these areas, but it's just more, they got money. They're a little bit more, you know, so, you know, I guess I don't want to say stuck up, but they just, you know, it is what it is. Highland Park, that's hoity-toity too. So you just have to be mindful of the areas that you're going to. So my phone tells me that I'm running out of storage, so I need to go ahead and wrap it up. So thank you so much for watching my video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you have any comments or thoughts, drop them below. You know, I'd love to discuss per usual. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I shall talk to you guys on the next one. Talk to you later. Mwah.